We're continuing now with section 1.4, which was on other effective sampling methods, and we're going to look at cluster sampling, our third type in section 1.4. Cluster sampling requires that you select all individuals within a randomly selected collection or group. So you randomly select the group, and then for your sample you use all individuals. Ooh, that word is misspelled. Let's get that fixed. There we go. Individuals. So we're going to select all the individuals within a randomly selected collection or group. So let's look at an example. All right. We have all 95 counties in Tennessee indicated here. And we're interested, our population are the high schools in Tennessee. So if we had a list of every high school in the state of Tennessee, that is our population. All right. So each county is a cluster. This is cluster sampling. Each county is a cluster, and we're going to randomly select some of the clusters. So maybe you put all the names of the counties on a piece of paper in a box, and you randomly select, I don't know, 15 of them, 20 of them, whatever. Let's see what I did. I'm not sure how many exactly I selected, but they're shaded, the ones that would have been selected. So we randomly selected, and those shaded ones were the ones that were randomly selected. Now it says, so you randomly select your groups. We've randomly selected those counties, and then you survey all individuals, all the high schools in those clusters. Okay? So now we survey all the high schools in those clusters. So there's a difference between this one and stratified. In stratified, you separate by what they have in common. Freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors, and then you pick a few from each. Here, we first pick the groups we want, and then we survey all. So this makes sense if you literally were doing this job. If you had picked high schools all over, you'd be driving like crazy all over Tennessee. But here you could send, somebody to do just everybody in this county and everybody in this county, and you're not, you could use your resources better rather than having to hit high schools all over the state. Now you have specific counties where you can stay in that cluster and survey all. Okay? The next one we want to talk about is called convenience sampling, and this is a sample in which the individuals are easily obtained, and this is not based on randomness. This is just what was the easiest way to get your information. So this is not to be used. Here's an example, somebody just shouting out their window to whoever might be passing by. The most popular types of this are called self-selected or voluntary response samples, where the results are unreliable because the individuals participating in the research are not chosen randomly, and so they do not represent the population. This would be if I just surveyed my students but claimed that I had surveyed Roane State students. But I just surveyed my students because that's the easiest for me. So we don't do this. This is not an acceptable method. The others that we've talked about, stratified, clusters, systematic, those are fine, but this one is not. So we would not do this. Okay. So we will move on to the next in the next video.